We are with part 2 of pilonidal sinus. In part 1, we have discussed the definition, etiology and the pathology, how the pilonidal sinus occurs. Now, the clinical presentation. The patient will present with either pain or discharge. The pain is throbbing type of pain because the sinus is infected. It is containing tuft of hairs and that is an infected sinus. So patient is coming with throbbing pain. As soon as the discharge comes out, the pain is relieved. So patient will give an alternate history of throbbing pain, and after the discharge the pain is relieved. This discharge is in the form of serous or pustular discharge. So either there will be pain or there will be discharge. After discharge the complaint is relieved. This sinus is opening in the midline. So at times there are multiple openings in the midline from the sacrococcygeal joint up to the tip of the coccyx. And these sinuses which are in midline, these are called as primary pilonidal sinus. But when this sinus starts branching, there can be secondary sinuses in the lateral side, and these are called as secondary sinus. So primary sinuses are in the midline, whereas secondary sinuses are on the lateral side. Now coming on to treatment. The treatment of pilonidal sinus is excision of the tract. There are two words which are frequently coming in surgery. One is excision and second is incision. There is a difference between excision and incision. Excision means you have to cut that part and remove it. Whereas in case of incision, it is just giving a cut. You are not removing the part is not relieved. जिसको कि हम चीरा लगाना बोलते हैं, that is incision. In case of pilonidal sinus, you have to go for excision. Now how will you go for excision? This is the sinus which is present inside. This is a small opening which is present on the buttocks. So through this opening, you will take a syringe and you will fill a dye that is called as methylene blue dye. Everyone has seen the methylene blue dye. It is a beautiful blue colored dye. In pathology, in second year, we have seen that dye. So you take a syringe, you fill the syringe with that dye and you insert that dye into this opening. So this dye will travel in the tract. The tract which is having multiple branches. So now this dye has traveled into this tract. Now you start excising. Suppose you have excised this much of the portion. So this is gone. But you can see tips of blue colored dye in the surrounding. That means this tract is having more further branches. Then you again move forward, you excise that tract. Then again you can see few branches. So like that way you can excise whole of the tract. Till you are seeing methylene blue stains, you have to excise that tract. So the treatment is excision of the tract by staining it with methylene blue dye, and at times if the area is clean, you can go for a skin grafting. Skin grafting means you have to take the skin from some other side of the body. Usually it is either the thigh or the anterior abdominal wall. So you take a graft from that and you can implant that graft here. Or you can leave this open and it will heal through granulation tissue formation, and whole procedure is done under general anesthesia. While doing this procedure, the particular position of the patient is jackknife position. Jackknife position, that means the patient has to lie prone with his buttocks upwards. So that is a jackknife position in which you do excision. Now this pilonidal sinus is having recurrence. Recurrence means, you are getting me students, recurrence means even after complete treatment the condition again occurs. So that is recurrence. So recurrence is very common in pilonidal sinus, and the cause of recurrence is etiological factors, that is the hairs which are present on the back. So to avoid the recurrence or to prevent the recurrence, one is you have to keep the parts shaved. You have to ask the patient that he should always keep his back shaved, and if he is in a habit of long travelling, so avoid travelling. But if his job is that he can't avoid travelling, so we can advise him to travel by train usually, because in a train there is space. After sitting for a few hours you can just walk about in the train, but in the bus or in flights you are not having that much space. So if there is a long travelling, so avoid by travelling through buses, or should travel by his personal car so that he can stop for a few hours, and then so that the process of hair breaking can stop. So my dear friends, we have completed today with pilonidal science.